Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today's March 2nd, 2021, and this is episode 217. Hey, today we're going to take a look at Wiccan and the Hulkling. This is part of the King in Black series, or event, I'm sorry. This is Marvel number 1, and this is a one-shot for this King in Black. I don't know if they're going to continue on after this or not. On the cover here, we have the Hulkling with the winged. He's the winged green creature, and the Wiccan right next to him. And they also go as Teddy and Billy. Okay, and you can see all the symbiotes below them. All right, not a recommend. Not a recommend at all. Here. Okay, we get a little blurb here about what's going on with all of the King in Black. And as you know, it was a pretty threatening thing if you've been reading the main story. There's been a lot of very critical things happening, a lot of defeats. So it's really a big challenge, and people are getting beat up and whatnot. But not so tough for Wiccan and Hulkling. And they give you a little thing here that they're both been recently married. This is called In the Name of the Honeymoon. The writer on this is Tini Howard, who I've been enjoying her writing for on Vampire, the Volt series. Very good. That's a strong recommend. She's not the main writer. She's writing that along with Tim Seeley. So I was thinking this would be good as well because she's doing a real great job on that. But this book, well, we'll get into it. Luciano Vecchio is the artist, and Espen Grudenjandren is the colorist. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sure I butchered it pretty well. Okay, I wasn't really familiar with Wiccan and Hulkling, but I am now. The Hulkling. The Hulkling just has their name because he is, I guess because he could shapeshift into something that looks like the Hulk and has those powers as the Hulk. But basically, he is half Kree and half skull, or how you say it, skull. And Wiccan is the son of Scarlet Witch and maybe the spirit demon of Manifesto, or perhaps Vision. I guess you just don't need a man in this, but to make him. But he is around. These two have linked up, apparently. They've been around since 2006, 2007. And this is my first coming across them and reading about them. So I didn't realize they were a gay couple, but apparently they not only are gay, but they have just gotten married. And the second time, apparently. The first time was at a courthouse on Earth. The second time was in a more elaborate wedding. So what we got going on here, if you're not familiar with Hulkling and Wiccan, which I wasn't, the strengths and powers of Hulkling is adaptive, agility, berserker strength, chameleon, claws, density control, elasticity, flight, healing, invulnerability, longevity, radar sense, shapeshifter, that you can turn into any kind of person, I guess. Size manipulation, staminas, submariner, super speed, super strength, unarmed combat, and he's also can do wall clinging. Okay? Not bad, huh? And he's gay. Okay, and Wiccan has agility, animation, astral projection, blast power, cosmic awareness, danger sense, dimensional manipulation, divine powers, electricity control, empathy, energy absorption, energy-based constructs, energy manipulation, energy shield, energy enhanced strike, fire control, flight, force field, healing, heat generation, illusion casting, levitation, light projection, magic, necromancy, power mimicry, probability manipulation, psionic, psychic, reality manipulation, telekinesis, telepathy, teleport, time manipulation, time travel, tracking, weather control, willpower-based constructs. And he's gay. Okay, so my point in this was it was a real struggle for all the Avengers and X-Men in the regular King in Black story. In this one, not so much. They don't even get really close. They get chased a little bit, and that's about it. They're able to take down these symbiotes very easily. The writing in it, what I can say about it, there were no typos. That's about it. It's really cringy dialogue throughout. In fact, Hulkling looks like he's about, 18 or so, and Wiccan looks like he's 12, so looks like there's maybe a little bit of that certain kind of stuff that goes on between someone that's underaged. I don't know. In the meantime, Null is kind of hovering above this planet. They're on their honeymoon, okay? So don't bother them. And just to show you the quality of this particular comic, this is not the center page. This is not the center staple. This is like just stuck in here. It just fell out when I was reading it. It's like, and you get like them being all kissy and God, it is just unbearable. Now they do have another character in here. Her name is Laurel-Ell, and she is the half sister of Carol Danvers. The super powerful Captain Marvel. However, as far as I can tell, she has no powers. She just carries a big hammer, and that's it. I looked it up in Comic Find, and they've got her listed as no powers. So she is the one that kind of flies their ship, I guess. Well, for the two of them. So anyway, the Kree, the Null's symbiote dragons attack, and about the only kind of neat thing is, and it pertains to Laurel-Ell. She sees a Kree ship. She goes over to look at it, saying, "Oh my goodness, we need this ship here to help evacuate all the inhabitants of this resort, the honeymoon resort." And so she goes to wipe the window away, see no one's responding, and the symbiotes burst out, which I thought was pretty cool. That was unsuspecting, and that was a nice thing. Meanwhile, we get the lovey-dovey. This goes on like through the whole frickin' thing. So it's a nothing story. It has nothing to do really with King in Black or anything like that, hardly at all. The King in Black's apparently after the Hulkling, who's the emperor of the Kree Skull societies, since they're whatever. But there's no challenge to them at all in this whole thing. He whips out his sword, and they kind of scatter, and some light, some kind of dissolves away the old stuff on the old Kree soldiers, so they're back to normal again. Gosh, it's just like nothing to this thing. You can see, especially since I just read this Berserker, the Keanu Reeves just now, and then I coded this. This is like such a letdown. This is the worst Marvel comic I've read this year. It's beat out Black Knight, which was a King in Black event comic as well. Black Knight, sorry, you're not the worst anymore. We got this guy. Wiccan and Hulkling. So Hulkling really doesn't have anything to do with the Hulk, except he's green and can turn into the Hulk if he wants, I guess. And he's young. Laurel-Ell has no powers at all, but she seems to be the most stable of the group. And that's where we end, okay? Back in arms again, and continue their honeymoon. So it is a not recommend. See what else we got here. Oh man, what a ripoff. Thank you for stopping by and listening to my review. As always, please like, please subscribe, please leave comments. If you like this, tell me why. Oh man, this was a headache to read. But it's all good. Their biggest superpower apparently was that they're gay. And I don't know why that has to do with this King in Black at all, but it does somehow. Anyway, We'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. As always, please like, please subscribe, please leave comments. I think I already said that, and I bid you adieu.